Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the Stone House. I got some exciting stuff going on today. It's Saturday. I guess the most exciting thing is I have a delivery of very nice high-grade birch plywood coming in. I don't know when it's going to be here. I've been told it's going to be before noon. A while back, I did a video on my Milwaukee tools. Kind of pooped all over my Milwaukee tools. And enough people have told me to try this, so I went ahead and ordered one. This thing here apparently will turn any radio into a Bluetooth receiver radio. And it looks like it's easy, and we're gonna try it. I like these things to be just plug and play. Oh, there, okay, we got some blue lights and red lights.
It's really too pale.
What's that? It just said something to me.
The Bluetooth device is connected successfully.
It's connected successfully. Okay, well, can it be that easy? That is awesome. Okay. Everything always works great when you first... So now let's pretend I go home for the day, I turn my radio off. My radio's off, I didn't touch the Bluetooth thing. I'm just gonna leave that alone. And then let me close everything on my phone. My phone's in my pocket. Okay, coming to the work site. Oh, hey, I wanna listen to music. So I'm gonna get my phone out, turn this on. Go to this. I would like to give a new review to the Milwaukee radio, though I'm still not very impressed that it does not have Bluetooth. For $15, you can add Bluetooth to it, and it makes it a much more diversible radio. Diversible? It's early. This radio is so good. Like loud, it's loud.
I'm surrounded, can't stop for a second to breathe. My thoughts are flowing like water. One day soon I will find. I know I am close, I know I will shine. One day soon I will fly. I know I am free, I'm feeling alive. Take me back to the jungle.
As you can see, I have sheetrocked these windows next to the door. They're different. And I think I knew that and then forgot that I knew that. I think I originally was going to put wood on these, but then I was like, you know, sheetrock's just as good. No one's standing in these, so sheetrock's fine. But I think I intended on putting 3/4 inch wood on this window and 1/2 inch wood on this window. That way the reveals and everything would be exactly the same. But now that I have it done, and they do look different, I'm okay with it. When we go to put these little tiny pieces of trim up, both windows will look good to their own, how do I say that? Both windows will look good to themselves. And you can't see both of them at the same time because they're so deep. Believe me, I tried. I was looking at them from all sorts of angles, and I think the only way, I think this angle might be the only one where you can maybe see both of them at the same time, but you're 20 feet away and you can't tell that they're different. And I like the way they turned out. And you should put a level on that. The company that's going to be delivering the plywood, it just called me, and they're not going to be here until 2 or 3 o'clock. That's unfortunate because I really wanted to start putting some wood on the insides of these today, but I have other things that I can do. One thing I'm going to do is I have 2 cans of spray foam left, and I need to go around to some of these windows and just spray foam all the way around now, just to help seal them up a little bit better. And from there, I think what I'm going to do for Lily and Elspeth's closet, that stained glass looking door, it's not real stained glass, but it looks like stained glass, but those doors are only 1 inch thick. So to put like a real doorknob on those is quite difficult because it's only 1 inch thick. So we went on to the interwebs and we bought these rim lock. These are obviously not antique. They're actually very cheap. I'm not expecting much from this. It's kind of cool. They come with little keys, even though we're gonna hide the keys and not use them because I don't want Ellie or Lily, more likely Lily, the opportunity to lock her brother in the closet with a key. Poor Jace. It's very cheap. I mean, they were literally $10. I don't think they're gonna last very long, but they will certainly work for a little while. I just put a little piece of wood here for now, just to act like the piece of trim that's gonna go there. But yeah, you see how much that door can move so much. Just, it's inside of that locking mechanism. There might be something I can do to adjust that. I don't think so though. I think for what they are, they're gonna work for a little while, and maybe we'll find a deal on like a real antique rim lock, which I just know are made a lot better than this one. Look at this. This is really cute. Lily's more or less starting to move into her room. She really wanted to have something to sit on. So she brought some pillows and blankets from home, and she's got her knitting piece here, and she's starting to put some books in her windowsills. So she's starting to move in. Today's progress was small. I literally just sheetrocked the insides of these windows, and then I sanded and cut the sills to place. It looks good. I really like it. I was really hoping that I would get the plywood for the windows, but when you're getting free delivery, I guess you can't complain about it being slow. Thing that I really need to talk about, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to put it in this video or not, but a lot of people are saying, like, when I did the walkthrough and like what's left, I didn't mention a kitchen. Well, I didn't mention a kitchen because the kitchen is going to be, the real kitchen is going to be on the other side of the house. So in my head, that's the kitchen. So, but yes, I do need to do a makeshift kitchen on the stone side, and it's going to be very makeshift. I have a spot here where I've temporarily put in some water and a drain line. This is all just for a temporary kitchen. Well, it's for a temporary sink that's going to go right there. So I'm pretty close to where I'm actually going to be hooking that sink up so it can be in place. But that's all I'm doing for our makeshift kitchen. It's going to be a sink. And then we'll have a small plug-in electric stove. And we have a fridge that we've got in the barn from when we bought the house. I'm not buying anything for this kitchen. It's going to be truly makeshift kitchen. There'd be no sense in me, one, buying my nice kitchen stuff and hooking it all up there, only to then take it out a year later and put it into my actual kitchen that's going to be on the other side of the house. I should do a proper single video of just kitchen idea. Maybe that's what I'll do. I probably won't use anything I just recorded. Yeah, let's just stop recording. All right, the time has come to start boxing out these windows. We got the shipment of plywood yesterday. I said it on Instagram. I got 5 sheets of 1/2 inch birch plywood and 5 sheets of 3/4 inch birch plywood. Very nice stuff. I really do like it. Just to say it now, and I'm really not changing my mind, this all will be painted. And I know that's going to turn some people off, but just trust us. We want the insides of the windows and the trim will all match the baseboard and any other trim that's in the house. And that's just, I guess in the end, that's the way we want it. But we did want to use a high-grade plywood because this stuff is a lot more durable than, say, a pine plywood. I'm going to be cutting a piece of wood that goes all the way to the window, all the way out to where exactly? And that's the good question, because these are kind of at an angle, and it's not as easy as just cutting right to the edge necessarily. So I know that on this wall here, there's going to be 1/2 inch plywood. So I've got just a piece of 1/2 inch plywood cut right here. It is the same exact thickness as what I'm putting up. So that plywood's going to come somewhere in through here. And then we're going to be taking a piece of trim, not this size. This is probably, it's going to say 3 or less. Yeah, this piece of wood is only 2 3/4. But it doesn't need to be exact. What I'm looking for is a nice straight edge here. And then what I'm going to be doing is putting a piece of trim up like this. And so I just need to kind of look and say, okay, where does this piece of 1/2 inch wood really need to go in order for this piece of trim to end up looking good? So then if I put 1/2 inch plywood like this, and then it goes like this, we know that's going to probably look pretty good right there. I gotta cut these sills down to whatever size we're gonna have. This piece of wood right here is 2 3/4. I think it needs to be bigger than that. Mm-hmm. We gotta be careful not to go super wet, like 6 inch or something, because I don't know if I can do 6 on every window. Mm-hmm. I know I could probably do 4 on every window. Definitely. What's the trim in that bathroom? How big is that? Because that's what we wanted to match, right? Here. So we haven't mentioned it yet. You want to say hi? Hi. We haven't really mentioned it yet, but I think we're going to get a knife made up and match this molding. How big is that? 5. Really? Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay, well, then we should probably shoot for 5. Barely 5. So that's the one I actually was most worried about, I think. The rest of these, this one's going to be close. It's 5 to there. The rest of these, I think 5 will work. Yeah, the rest of these are really long. I left these really long. That's like 8 inches. This one does not look very long, but it's 5 inches right to there, so that should probably be okay. It's just like 1 step forward, 5 steps back, always for this kind of project. Because you gotta just, I feel like you need to think about so many things. This is what you're happy with?
I mean, yeah, and then obviously,
and a little bit over.
If you end up not wanting to do the overhang,
right, then it just ends up being a 1/2 inch.
Yeah, you're not at a loss of anything.
Okay, so I'll plan for a 1/2 inch.
No, you're planning for a 1/4 inch.
A 1/4 inch, but it might end up being 1/2. And in the end, I'm leaving my pencil lines, so it's probably going to be a 16th or a 32nd off or something, but I think in the, let's not be crazy. My sister and her husband Matt are here.
Hi, Merry Christmas.
Christmas was a little messed up for my family this year. We had to delay it twice, and now we're kind of doing that. And because of COVID, we are careful, so we're kind of outside. And Matt,
you can open it when your mom and dad say it's ready. All right?
Matt strategically wore shorts because you know it's a balmy 17
and I did my hair
degrees.
this morning.
We drew names for Christmas with the family members. I drew one of my sister's boyfriends, and then they broke up, so I didn't get a present this year.
It's okay.
But Sarah drew my Sarah.
Make it make a noise.
Whoa! I hope you like it. It's like my color.
I told him that, yeah.
That is amazing.
Ta-da!
It's like a whole bunch of little tiny pieces of wood.
I love it.
My part was I table sawed this and Sarah did everything else.
Yeah, bye.
Somebody sent me a nice pair of safety glasses, and I almost prefer these over the Milwaukee's because of this strap. They stay on your head so nice. Just cut the first piece, and I have to say, it was perfectly cut.
The first try?
Look at this.
First try? Ah!
And I didn't know, but it looks awesome here, too.
Yeah.
Because these were planed.
Mm.
So these are perfectly
Right.
flat.
Mm-hmm.
Where the other 3 windowsills were hand sanded, and they will not be perfect like that. So from here, all I do is I look to see where I can nail. This is the one where there's nothing good to hit there. It looks so good, Lo. Like, that line is... Look at that. Like, that window is gonna look so good. Which one should I do next? Want me to do a big one? I'll do that.
Okay.
This one isn't going very well. You can probably see I've damaged the sheetrock up in this corner. I knew that that was going to happen on some of these. All right, so what I'm running into on this one is the piece of wood in the back. It needs to be ripped at an angle so I can put it in closer. Because right now the really hard to explain. The back edge of the 3/4 inch plywood is hitting something, and if I trim it off, then I'll be able to go closer. And I need it to be closer.
Where's your
Sarah
tape
shared
measure?
a tip with me. If you use a tape measure, it says on the back apparently +3 inches or 76 millimeters. Meaning, when you put it down like this and put the tape measure all the way up, you can kind of see where it is, and you just add 3 inches. So it says 62, so that means it's 65 inches. But to confirm this wild allegation,
I also suggested using the laser.
we're going to use the laser.
Dun, 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 dun.
5'4", 31, 32. So that's like 5'5", which I'm going to have to assume is 65
That's
inches.
me. I'm 65 inches tall. 5'5".
Well, then it was off a 32nd of an inch. That's
Seems
pretty cool.
Pretty accurate.
That's you know where you're off? What I noticed when a tape measure gets old, this piece gets bent.
Yeah, and look at the end of that. That's pretty beat.
Yeah, but you know, this tape measure's been with me since the beginning.
Yeah.
So I'm not getting rid of that.
Mm.
Okay. That's a cool way to do it. And it actually worked really well. So
Or use a laser.
way to go, Sarah. I don't know how you knew that. And
Yeah.
would you wait until today to tell me? I could have used that tip for like 4 years.
It's probably like a random BuzzFeed video or something.
All right, I've been using that GoPro all weekend and I love it, except working all day. Like I think it's 5 o'clock, so we've been here all day. Even with 2 full, completely good batteries, it didn't even last probably half the day. So I got a lot done that I didn't show, but I'm gonna show it right now, and I'm just gonna use my cell phone. We'll just kind of start right here because this is kind of what I started with yesterday. Did sheetrocked these 2 windows here, and they turned out really good. And I finished the sill over here. Woo. And then you saw me with the GoPro probably do this window and this window, maybe some of this window, and then it died. They turned out really good. My lines are all pretty spot on. This one up here was a little tight, and before I knew it, I did bust out the sheetrock, and I'll fix that, no big deal. It's the only place it happened. It changes the look completely, having these done. Now, this was, I'd like to say the hard part maybe, but it probably isn't. Because now, after these windows are all boxed in like this, I guess to finish them up, I need to get these small pieces of trim, which are going to be probably 4 to 6 inches wide, and maybe 1/4 to 1/2 inch thick. Not really sure yet. And we're going to be putting long pieces through here, you know, each side. And then we're going to put pieces across the bottom and the top. And we may even put a piece across the middle. We're not really sure 100% yet. I mean, you can make these windows as detailed as you want. It's just time and money, because the little trim pieces are expensive. Look how good this turned out, though. Like, the reveal for this window is just, like, I don't think I could have even envisioned having the windows look that good. This window, again, was my nemesis. You can see this top corner went in a little bit. I mean, you can easily see where it goes, whoop. And then this is also the one that dipped here. So I guess if you're gonna have a bad window, you just keep it all in one window. And then maybe we'll only have to put blinds in this one window. Because the rest of them really turned out really good.
Yeah.
This one's a really good example of a good one, because you can see the black line here, and it is just the same completely. Yeah, that is a nice looking window.
I found one skinny nail.
Jay, do you want to play your violin for the video? Okay. Yeah, you found one skinny nail?
Yeah.
Okay, we got to find one more skinny nail. Otherwise, these windows here could technically pop out. You see that? There's really, well, I mean, I guess it would go to there, and then we would just heat the outside. These windows have so much work to do yet as far as getting them airtight. It's kind of mind-boggling, to be honest. Because the upstairs windows, remember how long that took? It was crazy. Bravo, bravo. That was self-written, right? Like you wrote that piece.
Anyway, it's something like, you know it's the pattern.
Yeah, I think so. Very good job.
Thank you.
We will be showing more as he gets better and better.
I'm going over this with
And for those of you that do play violin or know something, we know that this violin is too big for him, but this was
It's not too big for me anymore.
I don't think so either. I think it fits you perfectly. I just tripped and fell over top of the sawhorses, but it was right after I hit the button, so nobody knows. That's going to do it for this week. Half the windows are boxed in, and I would say that we could definitely get the other half done on a Saturday, say next week.
More than half, right? Oh, no.
No, we got half. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 more. More than half. That's what you give? Oh.
I got a rusty nail in my...
Okay, thanks. So next Saturday, we'll get the 4 more boxed in. We'll play the violin more. And then maybe I'll run to Lowe's. It's the only place I can get the stuff. And get the trim for the insides of the window and get them trimmed right out. And then guess who can start priming? It's going to be so fun. You're not going to have to be super careful.
Bye.
Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.